Hey there, Paul Wagler here, and
Don Boyd,
for Rise Now and the
2-minute wake-up call.
well, here we are in the Carrick Tract, walking in a winter wonderland, just a place that's just close to where Don and Sharon Boyd live. Angie and I are enjoying this time with them this weekend, and we were walking through this snow, and it struck me. Don was walking ahead of me, and I was walking close enough that I could step exactly where he stepped, which was nice because it's not all solid around here. And if he made, sort of a firm foundation where for the foot, I stepped in it and I didn't sink or slide either. And that got me thinking sort of that's somehow how life is sometimes, how we need to follow someone else's example. Don, what are some of your thoughts on that?
Well, I was just thinking how important it is to follow the example of the right person. Because in our world, we tend to follow our heroes, our media stars and all that, but they're not always great examples. And even Paul said, imitate me, but only as I imitate Christ.
Right. That's the Apostle Paul in Scripture.
Yeah, not Paul.
Yeah.
Not this Paul, the other one.
Yeah, he says to imitate him as he imitates Christ. And so ultimately, we follow Jesus, but in the midst of it, there's leaders and people in our lives who give us godly examples of how following Jesus looks like in a practical way. And so it's good if we can walk close enough to those people so that we can see exactly where they're stepping and step in their steps. I think of it often in my job as a bus driver. When it snows, the bus stops aren't cleared for a little bit, and the first people who get out of a bus stop at a bus stop where it's full of snow, they blaze a trail. And the next people who get out, they follow in the exact same steps that somebody has taken because it's easier than blazing the trail. So we don't always have to blaze the trail ourselves. We can benefit from the steps other people have taken. We can learn from other people's examples. So I just want to encourage you, get close enough to someone you can trust and follow their example. Live a life as they imitate Jesus. You can imitate them, and still we're following Jesus, but we learn together that way.
I think that's why it's so important to have a good mentor, because they're farther down the road than you are, and they can help you make wise decisions and find the right path for your life too.
Exactly. Well, a few things for you to think about and hopefully to encourage you today. And until we meet again, stay awake and stay alert.
Stay alert. Stay something.